my son encourages me to go on hunger suppressant tablets or injections. On the one hand, being lighter will help me with my hip, knees, and ankles, but is it safe to use this?
The hot
Question of
topic
the
of the
day.
moment. Well, lots of people are using it. Basically, the NHS is not available widely and routinely on the NHS for weight management alone. But these new tablets, so like Monjaro, the other one is Wegovy, or what's the other popular name? That Ozempic, people will say. All these are a type of GLP-1. So the idea is that there's a hormone that helps us with appetite, hunger, or not feeling hungry. So these injections basically suppress our appetite. People don't feel as hungry, so they eat less and then they lose weight. The evidence from a cardiovascular or health viewpoint it is that those with cardiovascular risk factors, so if you're diabetic in particular, or if you've had heart problems, it can reduce the risk. That's the suggestion of these heart problems in future. So there's some really great benefits to these medications. The main benefits, that's why they're so popular. So with celebrities, and we have a lot of people going to the private sector to get these injections, is that it can cause marked weight loss. So it can help. Manjaro can cause up to 18% weight loss over a year to 18 months. So it's significant amounts. So people are rushing it in the private sector at the moment. It is available on the NHS for weight management, but it should be part of something called tier 3 weight management, which is not available everywhere. And again, has a holistic look at weight. So it's not just about losing the weight and a magic bullet to do that. There's no such thing. It's about looking at your food and nutrition. It's about looking at your movement and exercise. It's also about looking at your relationship with weight and food and your general routine um, with your schedules. So Manjaro and other weight loss injections work very well. They're very effective. We use it at the moment in patients with diabetes that are also overweight and not controlled. A lot of people are getting it for weight management alone in the private sector. They're generally thought to be safe, but we don't know yet the very long term data. So only time will tell us that. You have to be very careful too, because people lose weight very quickly, but you lose fat, but you also lose your muscle. And we have already talked about the importance of muscle and strength training and building muscle for older age mobility, strength, and well being, and ability to stay independent. So, if people are going on this medication, and they're eating less, it's really important that that meal is even more nutritionally dense and really prioritizing protein and healthy fats, if you like, to make sure you're maintaining and then you're doing your exercise at the same time. So a lot of people take the pill, they're losing weight, is all happy. As soon as you stop the jab, sorry, you're putting that weight straight back on because the hormone that it's affecting, that effect goes as soon as you stop the medication. So the clever way, if you are going to choose to go on it, and many people are, is to really think, how can I look at the whole picture and build in those routines that we've already talked about whilst you're on the jab to help. But it can be a good way to kickstart things, but you always have to think long term because
Yes.
you can't necessarily. Some people do say you need to be on a maintenance dose long term, but ideally, especially if you're paying for it privately, we're talking £200 a month. It's not sustainable. So, what else are you doing to maintain things once you come off
Yes.
it?
And then we're right back to lifestyle, aren't we? And a
Right.
lifestyle that may involve one or two sacrifices, but brings us joy, whether we're doing things, eating things, whatever it is.